Hi there, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the Lost and Found YouTube channel. This is another video for you antique booth owners out there. You guys said that these videos have been really helpful for you, so I'm gonna keep making them. And I am so glad to hear that. I really do want to offer as much helpful information as I can. So it just makes me super excited every time I read one of your comments that says, this has been so helpful. So I'm gonna pass along some more stuff today that I have learned over the 9 years of running my business, and 7 of those 9 years being in an antique booth. 2 years I had my own brick and mortar. I'm actually back in a booth now. So lots of lessons over those 9 years. And one of them that I've learned in the past few years is about wholesale, buying wholesale and wholesale sources specifically for greenery. So that's what we're gonna go through today in this video. I'm gonna share with you a couple of places that I have bought wholesale greenery from before, a couple tips for buying wholesale if you've never bought wholesale before. So let's get started. All right, so let's talk about why you wanna maybe add some greenery to your booth space. If you haven't watched the last video that I posted about staging shelves, then I encourage you to go back and watch that video too, because in that video, I talk about how a lot of the antique malls are making this transition from selling to just collectors to selling people that are looking for home decor. That's a good thing. That gives us a bigger customer base. We want to embrace that. So greenery continues to be really trending in home decor and people are buying it. So you can add it into the things that you're selling, and it will not only give some freshness to your space, add some color, add some life, but people will buy it. It's crazy that people will buy the greenery that you have in there. I promise that they will. So yeah, it's just a great additional thing to add into your inventory if you're not already selling it. Now, let's talk about why you may want to buy your greenery wholesale rather than just kind of picking it up from thrift stores and garage sales. So I will tell you guys that over the 9 years that I've been in this business, that a good 80 to 85% of what I've sold in my business through my booth spaces has been found decor. So stuff that I am out in the fields, at the flea market, at the garage sales, at the thrift stores, digging and finding, okay? I'm really not a big fan of buying a ton of new wholesale stuff, but I am a fan of buying wholesale greenery. And here's why. Most of the stuff that I'm finding at garage sales and thrift stores is dusty and it's dated. And it may work, you know, to pop in here or there if you need something quick to stage or quick for a display. But most of it was donated because it's just the colors are out of style. Like it's just not always the kind of stuff you want to be selling. That's been my experience. So that is why I started turning to wholesale to buy greenery for my space, because I just wasn't finding great stuff when I was out thrifting. Now, another tip that I've actually shared in another video too, if you were a little nervous about stepping out and completely buying a bunch of wholesale, you can go to Hobby Lobby and you can use your sales tax ID and you can buy their greenery when it's half off, take it back to your booth, mark it up and sell it in your booth. Okay, that was one of the first things that I did. I was a little nervous about placing a big order for, you know, some wholesale items. So I spent maybe 50 bucks at Hobby Lobby and bought some things. That's something that you totally can do if you want to start adding some new greenery into your booth. All right, if you're going to put greenery in your booth, I want you to sell it. Please stop putting not for sale tags on your stuff. That's irritating people. It's frustrating your customers. If you create this gorgeous display with some faux greenery, 9 times out of 10, they want to buy all of it. They don't want to have, they like what you've done with it and they don't want to go have to find the stuff that you already have in there. So just sell it. It's okay. So that's what I'm saying. If you can find a wholesale source that you like and items that you like, then, you know, you can just keep, you know, restocking your inventory. You can sell it. You don't have to worry about, well, I've got to mark it not for sale because I'm using it for display and I can't replace it because I bought it from the thrift store and I don't know if I'm going to find anymore. Okay. No, you're going to find stuff that you like wholesale that you can keep buying and you're gonna put a price tag on it and sell it because people are gonna buy it, all right? Now, let's talk about just a few general tips for buying wholesale if you haven't ever bought anything at wholesale before. And what I mean by buying wholesale is you are buying at the cost that the manufacturer or the middleman is selling at, okay? And then you're gonna take that cost and you're gonna mark it up, all right? So this is retail, what you sell at, and you're buying it at this point in the supply chain down here, okay? So the first thing that you're gonna need is you're going to need your resale tax ID from your state if you're in the US. If you're not in the US, I'm sorry, I don't have any expertise in that. I can't help you a whole much on what you're gonna need. But each state calls it a different thing. Some states require 2 documents, some states require 1, some states it's super easy to get it, some are a little more complicated. You're gonna have to do a little work on your end to figure out how to get it. But if you don't have it, you need it. And it's basically, it registers your business with the state. It tells the state, hey, I'm a business and I'm buying whatever I'm buying to turn around and sell to somebody else. And because I'm buying it to sell, don't charge me sales tax on it right now. It's gonna get charged sales tax on it when it's sold again. So 1, it saves you the sales tax, and 2, that is your ticket to these wholesale companies. They want, 9 out of 10 of them, they want to see a state sales tax ID number in order for you to register with their website. That's kind of your proof that you're basically a business and that you're not just trying to shop for the stuff for your house and not pay the full retail price, okay? So if you don't have that, you need to go get that, and you need to get it anyway. We talk about that in boot camp, that's a crucial thing that you need to go get, even if you're not buying wholesale. Okay, these websites that I'm about to show you, you're gonna have to register with them. Usually there's just a way to create a store account. Sometimes they wanna see a little bit of documentation. Sometimes they wanna see, sometimes they just want your number of your reseller ID. Sometimes they wanna see it. There's various things, but usually somewhere down at the bottom of the page or at the top, there'll be a button that says log in or sign up or create an account. If you have any questions about it, there's usually a contact button, and just reach out and say, hey, I'm trying to create a wholesale account with you. But you're gonna have to get in their system, usually before you can even see the prices. And sometimes that can take 2 to 3 days for them to approve. So might as well start the process now so that when you're ready to shop, you can be ready to shop, okay? Okay, wholesale companies have minimum orders. Some are pretty high. Some, they have like a minimum dollar amount, and then they also have a minimum quantity of the item that you're ordering. Very rarely can you just buy 1 of something. Usually you have to buy 4 or 8 or 12 and so on and so on. Some companies want you to order $250 of product for the first time. And they are selling their items in minimums of 12, some 4. Just it varies across the board, all right? So you want to look for low minimums because you're not stocking a full retail store, you're stocking your booth. And you don't want a bunch of product sitting on your shelf for months and months and months. That's money sitting in your garage that you're storing. So you want things that you can turn quickly, and you don't want also to put, 30 of the same potted plant in your booth, because then people are gonna know, like, oh, this is just, it kind of ruins the illusion that you've created this found stuff, right? You want to put 2 or 3 in there at a time, or 3 or 4. You don't want to have to order 30 of the same thing and then put them all in there one time. So look for low minimums. And if you have one of these websites that you really want to order with, like one I'm going to show you, which is one of my favorites, has a pretty high opening order, find a couple friends. If you've got friends that do this, get together with them, split the order. Now, don't you guys all buy the same thing, especially if you're in the same mall. Buy different things. But split the order, say, hey, let's go in together and pool our resources, and that will help you meet the minimum. Or if you have to get a minimum, like large number of items, say you've got to buy 10 and you only want 5, find a friend who wants the other 5, okay? I've done that several times with fellow booth owners. Nothing wrong with that. All right? Also, when you're just starting out with a company, I suggest that you buy the minimum quantity. Like whatever is the smallest amount they will let you buy that first. You can purchase in a lot larger quantities, but start with the minimum because you want to test the quality. You want to make sure that it looks good, because some of it looks great and some of it doesn't look so great, right? Like, we've seen really bad looking floral before, right? That you're like, oh, that's really cheap. And that's not what you want to have in your booth. And I've bought some stuff before that once I opened it up, I wasn't particularly happy with it. So buy the smallest quantity that you can, so you can test to see if you like it. And then if you like it, you can go back and buy a bigger quantity next time. Okay, so I want to show you guys 4 websites, 4 places that you can go right now. You can create an account. You can start browsing through what they have. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. They're probably out of stock of a lot of stuff. And their prices right now, most of them are charging like an 8 to 10% surcharge right now. It's not the best time if you've never bought anything wholesale. Right now isn't the best time to do it. But I want you to know how to do it, so that come the spring, when all of this COVID supply chain issues is hopefully sorted out and these companies get their stock back in and prices go back to where they're going to be, that you're ready. When they get that stock in, you're ready to buy. Because I mean, that's been the story of this past year. A lot of these places are selling out, and you've got to be prepared, logged in with an account, ready to go quick, or you can't get your hands on anything. So you're going to want to check out these companies. Go ahead and create an account, get in their system. Right now, the prices are probably going to feel a little high for you guys, and that's okay. If they feel high, wait a couple months till after the holidays and come back. That's just issues with the supply chain right now. That's kind of what things are doing. And about prices, forgot to mention this, but this is a super important point. You want to make sure that you can sell whatever you're going to buy for at least 1.5 times of what you're paying for it. Okay? If you're just doubling it, then you're probably it's not going to be worth your time. So you need to make sure that you can sell it for at least 1.5 of what you're going to buy it for, because you're going to have to pay shipping on it to have the items come to you. That's going to add a little bit. All right. And then your mall is going to take a little percentage. So it needs to be at least 1.5. All right. And if you think, okay, that's a price that my customers can hit, then go for it. Okay. Depends on where you are, your area, your target customer base, how upscale your mall is. Only you can decide that. But that you keep that in mind. Can I sell this for at least 1.5 of this price that's posted right here on this page? Okay. Okay. So with that said, let's go take a look at these websites. All right, so let's get started looking at a couple of places where I've ordered from before. And again, these companies are not giving me anything for these reviews. They don't know that I'm giving these reviews. I'm speaking completely just on experience that I've had with ordering from these companies and the products that I've gotten from them. So this is a company that they just have started this online program. You used to only be able to order from them via a catalog or at an actual market trade show. And so I found them at the Dallas market, Sullivan's Gifts. They've got all sorts of stuff. They've got a ton of, really cute home decor, lots of cute home decor, but what they're really good at are their blooms and greens like they have right here. So I have not shopped via their website yet. I've only placed an order directly with them. So I can't speak to exactly how user-friendly their website is, but there's so much that you can search through here. So all of these just greenery collections, ferns, just so much stuff. Okay, so like here's, all of their garlands. This garland I actually purchased from them, and it was so cool. It was just twisty and bendy. You could do so much with it. It was completely different than anything I was seeing at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and so I sold this piece actually right here. Anyway, so Sullivan's has a lot to offer, so much to look through. Complete floral arrangements. There's just a ton there. And, they've got home decor stuff too, if you want to look at that. Okay, let's go over here to Lancaster and Vintage. You guys are going to love, you're going to love Lancaster and Vintage. You're going to love their website. I mean, they've really nailed kind of the vintage, vibe. They do have some home decor that you can look at right here. I have purchased a few pieces of their home decor. You know, most of it I've found to be a little bit overpriced, but I did find some cool canvas art from them one time. You head up here, though, to their foliage and florals. They have, like, see right here, they have holiday. I mean, they have so many Christmas, you know, Christmas-themed, you know, swags and wreaths and, oh my gosh, so much fall collections. Now you're going to notice most of this stuff is already sold out. I mean, look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Their stuff sells out quick, especially this year. So, like, I imagine that all of this fall and Christmas stuff is already sold out. So if you're going to check out ordering from them, I would plan to order spring. But look at the beautiful things that they have. Okay, so I ordered this in a pot. They have it in a pot, and it was great. I sold all of them. So much to look through. The unfortunate thing right now is that they have raised their minimum orders to $1,000 for an opening order, which is a lot. So if you're going to try to order from them, I definitely suggest you go in with a couple friends. Maybe a bunch. You get a bunch of friends together, or you just plan on buying all the greenery that you think you may need for an entire year, because $1,000, you know, it's a lot. But their stuff is absolutely beautiful. So something I want to show you that else that I have bought from Lancaster and Vintage is that I did buy some of these cute little olive trees. I think I bought these little 4-foot ones. I'm not sure. They have several different sizes. They were really cute, and just different than, you know, stuff that I'm seeing other places. And then I also bought some of this little southern gem tree, and they were really nice. I sold them all. So, you know, they've got this whole, I mean, all these Christmas trees. They've got bigger trees. They have somewhere in here even, I mean, there's a gajillion Christmas trees. I've even seen they have fiddly fig trees. So, but like this right here, this is really cute. It says it's 2 feet tall. So don't think, you know, just small things, but maybe you may want to try out a couple bigger things. I do like their little trees that they have, and all of these little Christmas trees. So cute. So many of them to look at. Okay, I want to show you guys Cole House Designs. They have a wholesale site and a retail site, so you want to make sure you get over here to the wholesale side. They've got all sorts of stuff. They've got t-shirts, they've got little box signs, but we're going to focus over here on their florals. And I'm just showing you one little area, their greenery area. Now these prices are retail prices right here. That's not the wholesale price because I'm not logged in. But you can tell their stuff is cute. It is not quite as high-end as the other things that we were seeing from Sullivan's and Lancaster. It's a little bit more basic, but if you're shopping on a budget, if you're just starting out, then Cole House is a great place to shop from. I can tell you that I have purchased these right here, the blue Astilbes, and they sold great. I sold every single one of them. They had such a pretty kind of periwinkle pop of color. I've also sold these little half spheres before of the faux eucalyptus, and these are fun because they're flat on the bottom. You can put them on anything, and I sold all that I had of those too. So they're a good place to kind of start with if you haven't bought any wholesale greenery online before. Their prices are good. They've got good low minimums. I mean, like this is really cute right here. I just would say look at the stuff very closely. And watch out for stuff that looks maybe a little plasticky, okay? Personally, I can tell you I had success with this product and with this product. And then let's take a look. I want to show you guys Callaloo, okay? So this company is based out of Jackson, Mississippi. And if you are designing your antique booth and you really want to stand out and you want to have cool things that nobody else has, Callaloo is the place to go for your high-end, really unique stuff. Like look at I mean, and this is a huge, this is a big thing right here. Their stuff is really big. And I've been to their showroom and seen it in person, and it's gorgeous. The quality on it is gorgeous. But like all of these are very, very large. But like, I mean, these big fronds right here are absolutely beautiful. Again, a lot of their stuff is out of stock right now. But you know, you can also, like, they have things that are already kind of potted, like these little cute potted succulents. Their stuff is higher end, like this, you know, set of 3 ferns right here. That's a great set. I mean, they look great. They're ready for you to just stick your price tag on and sell. But specifically, they're like these big long stems of things over here. If you're doing any sort of mid-century stuff right now, or you're trying to do the boho look, like putting some of these in your store, you guys, I bet there's not going to be anybody else in your booth that is going to have some of these gorgeous things. I mean, I wish that you could see, like, you know, these leaves, like, they're thick, they're velvety. I mean, their stuff is just gorgeous. And, you know, it does have a little bit higher price point. So, anyway, that's a place if you want to upscale your booth a little bit, and to appeal to a very unique buyer, then you can definitely check out Callaloo also. Okay, guys, it's always fun shopping online, isn't it? Like, just looking at pretty things. I enjoy that. I hope you did too. And I hope that it's given you some ideas of some new resources that could be out there for your booth business. Again, right now, don't be discouraged by the higher prices and the stuff out of stock. You guys, everything is just messed up. It will get back to normal. I don't know when. It's going to take a little bit, but it will get back to normal. But educate yourself, get ready, get your tax ID, get registered with these companies or with other companies that you find. So when you are ready to pull the trigger, or if you're ready to pull the trigger right now, you can, and you can get access to some of these amazing items so that you can fill out your booth space and beautify it and attract those home decor shoppers. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel. If you're in any antique booth video, you know, groups on Facebook or friends, then share our video with them. I want to help as much as I can. Something that's kind of weird about this industry is that people don't like to share their resources, and I think that's wrong. So I want to share the resources that have worked for me with you guys, because I want you to be successful too. So please pass this along to other people that you feel like it could benefit them or they could be helpful to. And be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos on our antique booth playlist. There's a lot there, and there's more coming. Okay, I'll see you guys again soon. Have a great day.